Nice. Hey, y'all. Happy Tarot Tuesday. Shout outs to all my rich witches and rich wizards out there in Wheezy Wonderland. Okay, that turned out all right. All right, all right. Happy Tarot Tuesday, y'all. Um, I said that we were going to burn some ancestor money today. That's the title, Burning Ancestor Money. So that's what we're going to get into out here in the beautiful outdoors because we're burning things. So we want to do this outside. Now, I saw this on TikTok and I wanted to give it a try. Burning receipts. Okay, so why do we even burn ancestor money? Let's start there. We burn ancestor money for our ancestors so that they will have something on the other side. If you guys are familiar with Coco, the movie Coco, and the concept of an ofrenda. Do y'all remember that? 111 on the clock. I've been seeing a lot of angel numbers today. The concept of an ofrenda is putting things on the offering, on the altar, putting offerings on the altar so that your ancestors on the other side are abundant in the other side. That thing is burning, y'all. It's burning. I hope I ain't set the house on fire. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I might gotta go put this shit out because there's a lot of dry leaves over here. So hopefully it doesn't spread. It's kind of spreading. Let me go put this out. I'll be right back. Okay. It's kind of spreading, y'all. We're supposed to be burning ancestor money, but I think I may have burned it a little bit too good. It's a lot of dry leaves and stuff over here. Okay, I think it might be okay. I just got to keep an eye on it. So anyway, we're burning ancestor money for our ancestors, obviously today. And you know what? This is a greasy little part too, where I be pouring my grease out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So we burn ancestor money just like in the movie Coco. We send up money to our ancestors so that way we can have money here in the 3D in the physical. So you send money up there to them, they help you out. And I don't know if y'all saw my most recent post about how helpful the ancestors have been, but they are definitely deserving, more than deserving of some ancestor money, of some help. Okay, no, this fire is getting big. Let me go put this fire out, y'all. Oh my God. I might have started something I didn't mean to. So be careful when you're burning your ancestor money. I need a cauldron. I need to get a cauldron. Okay, it's starting to kind of go out. But just be careful when you're burning your ancestor money, y'all. I'm definitely gonna get a witch's cauldron or something so that I have a place to burn my ancestor money safely and consistently, as well as if I need to burn it in the house, because sometimes it'd be cold and I don't want to come outside and do it. You know what I'm saying? But we send ancestor money up so that we can have more abundance here in the 3D on this side of things. Okay. So before we pull cards, wow, I didn't expect that to do that. So I'm just gonna hold this. And I normally like to do this in the front of the house. I normally don't do this in the back, but it was a lot going on in the front. There was a bus that was loud across the street. They was playing music hella loud. How y'all doing? Happy Tarot Tuesday. If you want me to pull some cards for you, get your questions ready. But right now we're trying to burn some ancestor money. The wind is blowing. Maybe the wind is trying to put the fire out for us. It's starting to dissipate. Kinda. It's pretty persistent. So something could be growing like wildfire. We're gonna take the message as it comes. Um Something could be spreading like wildfire. And we're gonna pull some cards and see exactly what that is. What's spreading like wildfire? That's the topic today. Y'all hear um sirens going off, you are protected, and I think that's the message. So that's what we're hitting on today. Something is spreading like wildfire, and you may not expect it to just take off. Like, you're just kind of doing your thing, you're doing what you normally do, burning ancestor money, cooking, making content, taking care of your kids. Like, you're just doing what you do, and something is going to take off and spread like wildfire. So this is definitely a message for any entrepreneurs that we might have in the chat out there in Wheezy Wonderland. Something that you're doing is about to spread across the nations, across the world. Nation is coming up specifically. Something that you do is spreading like wildfire, though. Okay, let's keep going with our ancestor money. The messages are coming through, and the ancestors on the other side could be acting as messengers. Like, they're the ones that's going around spreading this message. Like, have you seen what my great 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 niece is doing on the other side? Y'all got to see what she's doing. Y'all got to hear this song she made. Y'all got to see this painting. And it's like they're connecting with people on their end. Okay, it's getting kind of close to the house. Hold on. There we go. Woo! All right, I got it, y'all. Woo! Okay, so that could have been crazy. That could have been crazy. Okay. Whew, that's hot. I almost burned myself. So the message is things are spreading like wildfire, right? And so your ancestors on the other side are going around to all their fellow ancestor spiritual friends on the other side, and they're telling them about the work that you're doing. The work that you're doing. And they're like, "Oh my God, it's like a proud mama, a proud grandmama, a proud uncle. Look at my niece. Y'all come in here and look at my niece. Look what my niece done painted. Y'all come in here and look, my niece graduating college." It's like your ancestors are so, 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 so proud of you. That's for somebody, okay? Your bloodline thanks you. Your bloodline is proud of you. They knew you were the one that could do it. They've always supported you, and you have not embarrassed them like some of their bloodline. So that's really important, because there's some family members out here that are embarrassing. They're embarrassing the bloodline. And then you have you, pure soul. You have you, earth angel, that's out here doing the work that you're supposed to be doing, being a good person, being a sovereign person as well. Sovereign is coming through. And this is just straight up channeling. You're sovereign, though. Like, you are walking in your autonomy, you're walking in your free will. I love that philosophy. We can call it philosophy. I love that philosophy on TikTok, where people are like, I'm not using my free will right, or I decided to tap into my free will. I love that. Even though y'all know I don't really believe in free will, but I do believe in creativity, and that's what people are ultimately talking about. You using your creativity for good. And that was something we were talking about last week, is basically the good versus the evil, and how do you use your powers for good or for evil. Everybody on this chat has been using their powers for good, though. And people are watching. The universe is always watching. And I said that there were some return on investments. They are coming in this week. I guarantee you. Now, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay. With that blue that we were seeing in the cards last week, that throat chakra, you do need to open up and ask, but it's not going to feel crazy. Now, sometimes you might feel awkward asking for help, right? You might feel a whole bunch of anxiety asking for help. This is not that time. You're going to feel comfortable because you feel like you deserve it. You deserve the help. You deserve the resources. You deserve the attaboy. You deserve the leg up. You deserve it. And when you're in a space of feeling deserving, it shifts. it shifts your manifestation process. So that's what we were talking about last week when it came to your manifesting and how you were going to be able to manifest so well and get your return on investment is because you have a shift in your mindset to where you deserve. You deserve. And there's another message coming through here where 10:10 I just seen on the clock. There's another message coming through very strongly recently about how time. Okay, so a lot of people are going through existential crises, right? Because of time. They've been selling their work, they've been selling their souls, they've been selling their bodies, capitalism, and they're not receiving what they're supposed to get out of it. And so what's happening though is that something is going on with Saturn. Saturn in Aries has changed everything. The way people look at themselves, the way they look at the environment, it's just people are just looking at things differently. That Saturn in Aries and that Pluto in Aquarius. That Pluto in Aquarius has been sitting for 245 years, right? The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was the inception of the United States. And now that Pluto is back in Aquarius, everybody can see how fucked up capitalism and this economy, this mode of exchange is. Instead of bartering and trading, we are in this fucked up thing where they're just trying to suck us dry. So that's what Pluto and Aquarius is exposing right now, and that's what everybody is feeling. This I'm not getting paid my worth. I don't care working. I don't mind working. That's a myth that they keep trying to put out there in the world, is that people don't want to work and people don't want to do this and people are lazy and they want to live off the government. That's not true. People are hardworking. The people I know, black, white, and different, are hardworking people. But when you don't even pay people enough to live, you don't even pay people enough to survive, let alone live. You don't even pay people enough to pay their light bill, their car note, their house note. Then things start looking a little bit differently. And so all of that trafficking is what this country was built on. Now it's coming to the light 200 and something years later. All the stuff that's been back there in the shadows with Pluto. Pluto is about what's been back there in the shadows that you thought nobody was paying attention to. Now Pluto has come back around and it's exposing everything in that 11th house, in that Aquarian energy, via the internet. The internet, specifically TikTok. TikTok was booming during the pandemic, right? Something about that TikTok. Clock. Yes, and I'm saying there's something about time as well. Time. TikTok, time. Somebody needs to look at the transits of China as well. That'll be something interesting maybe we can do, is look at China's birth chart and see where they are, with them inventing TikTok and just how that relates to Saturn and time and everything like that. And so, yeah, we still got some ancestor money we're burning. I still haven't even pulled any cards yet. So if you're just tuning into Tarot Tuesday, you haven't missed anything. We've been doing nothing but channeling messages. As we were burning this ancestor money, it almost set my house on fire. And so I just want to remind y'all to be careful when you're doing this. I am going to get a cauldron. I think that'll be a lot more fun. We got a couple more pieces. Anyway, I also wanted to say, so somebody told me about burning ancestor money. You fold it 3 times to you, and then your receipts. Fold them 3 times to you, your receipts. Okay, I think that's it. I think I need to go over to TikTok, y'all. I'm not lying. Um, we're still burning our ancestor money. I was gonna pull some cards that I can do that. I'll save these other two for TikTok because I do readings on both. I don't have multiple devices. One day I will though. And let's just pull a card though. I'm drawn to these two decks. And the question, as promised, we're gonna answer is, what is spreading like wildfire? And I promise you, I think I know what card is gonna come out of here because I heard it as I was talking just now. So what is spreading like wildfire? And then, hopefully too, if you had any questions about what you were supposed to be working on or any doubts about what you were working on, look up cloud meditation. We got silence, a silent retreat at the bottom of the deck, and channel. I knew this was gonna come out. This is at the top of the deck. I knew channel was gonna come out. I just seen 1444, 1444 on the clock. That could be significant. So far, we've seen 111, 1010, and 1444. Those numbers could be significant. You could play and win some money. Hey, good luck with whatever you want to do with that channel. I knew that was gonna come up. But we got look up. Okay, I asked what's burning like wildfire, and this is what came out, the look up. And this came out yesterday, and it's been a mad confusion. I might get some clarity on that. What's burning like wildfire? What's burning like wildfire? I fly high, I'm blazing, I'm blazing, I'm blazing. I fly high, I'm blazing, I'm blazing. Looks like I'm blazing. Okay. Aspirations at the bottom of the deck again. We had a card that flew out. I'm gonna have to pick it up. Give me one sec. Ooh, wow. Yo, y'all. So I asked what was spreading like wildfire, and expansion came out. Wow. Literally, you're expanding your growth. It could be your mind, cloud meditation. So you could, I don't know, meditate on something. Meditate on something, cloud meditation. It could be something in the cloud because we're talking about technology a lot here. It could be something in the cloud, right? Aquarian energy, 11th house energy, Pluto energy. Could be something in your cloud, your iCloud, your Google Cloud, the cloud. YouTube is kind of a cloud. Hey, y'all, TikTok is a cloud. All that stuff is actually a cloud. So there could be something in your drafts. Make sure y'all subscribe. If you're feeling the vibes, go ahead and subscribe. Hey, y'all. Something I feel like it's something in your drafts. It's something in your drafts that's going to spread like wildfire, okay? But expansion here. What's going to spread? Expansion. That's amazing. That's something that we cannot make up. Expansion. Prisma. Should I go and get the book and read to y'all what it says out the book? I think I should. No? Okay. No? Okay, they said don't worry about it. We're going to get a little bit more clarifying messages here. See if we can get a little bit more information on the lookup and the expansion. You're literally expanding. And her name is Prisma, so that's like a prism. That's some sort of prism. So that could be a triangle. That could be a triangle. That could be the triangles, the pyramids. I said last week how ancient Cometian, ancient Egyptian, uh that pantheon is the original pantheon. That's the oldest pantheon that we know of, that we have record of. That's the oldest. Everybody got their stuff from them. Okay, so you could be expanding your mind. We got an owl here, a bunny, a fish, a parrot, a butterfly, a lemur, Madagascar. Ooh, might be significant. Page of Swords coming out. So writing here could be writing something. You got the Wheel of Fortune at the top of the deck. So the Page of Swords is what came out. So this could also be gossip. Ooh, a lot of people are talking about you, honey. Didn't I say that? There's a lot of people talking about you. So this could be word of mouth. Okay, this could be word of mouth. Now, I'm just trying to get some clarity on this though. So this was clarifying this, which was clarifying this. Okay. Cloud meditation, expansion, and the Page of Swords. So he looks a little mischievous, right? He's a mischievous little kitty cat there, that Cheshire cat. So whatever it is, it's gonna have you smiling like a Cheshire cat. It's gonna have you grinning from ear to ear. That's something that I can say. And it could be your channel. It could be your channel or your channel messages that are spreading like wildfire. Your messages are spreading like wildfire with the Page of Swords here. Your messages, your writings, it could be Twitter, it could be anything like that. Your communication, it could be your talking. It could be your talking with this blue in this card, throat chakra. It could be the things that you say. It could just be the things that you say. And I'm also getting ideas. Now, normally the Page of Swords is not really the idea person. They kind of just carry the bone. But I'm getting there's something about the way that you talk. Gemini energy here. The way that you construct sentences. The way that you can make up words. Oh. So it's not so much your ideas, so much as the way you express those ideas. So it's the way you say words, it's the way that you it's like you coining phrases. It's like you coining phrases, catchphrases. Okay, catchphrases and like catchwords, right? That you have come up with, you have coined, that's what's spreading. So your language, your terminology, the way that you do things, the way you talk, the way you communicate is what people are going to be copying, and they're going to be tuned in to see what you have to say. They want to know what you have to say. They want to know the way you think. They want to know the way you process stuff. They want to know. I'm curious to see what Chinwei's take is on this. I'm curious to see what Kathy or Susan or Dominique or Jasmine. I'm curious to see what they're gonna say about this. People are curious to see what you have to say because you always have it very interesting with this Aquarian energy we're getting. You have a very interesting and unique take on things, and people want to hear what you have to say. You cause people to think differently. You cause people to kind of stop and look up and say, I never thought about it like that. Universe, I never looked at it like that. That's what's spreading like wildfire. Your lingo, definitely your lingo, your words, your stories, the way you put stories together. Your story is spreading like wildfire. Everybody's gonna want to know who you are. Everybody's gonna want to talk to you. Everybody's gonna want to hear you talk. Your voice. They're gonna want to hear your voice. They're gonna want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, your facts, your perspective. It matters. Look how the sun just thank you. Your perspective. That's what's spreading. Your perspective, your vision. You might have your own like following, like your own cult following. And this is something that was coming through to me yesterday. We're in an age now where you're going to start to see things are kind of changing, right? With this age of Aquarius energy. We're out of the age of Pisces. So with the age of Aquarius, now we come into women having their own temples, their own following, their own cults, like a cult for Lilith, a cult for the Virgin Mary. Like there's gonna be cults for these women leaders, Shira Seven, cult followings. Think of women like her, like Prince Princella the Queenmaker, cult followings, you know what I'm saying? People who listen to what these women have to say and they take heed to it because the way that we've been living is not working. And Venus is in the second house as well. And Venus and I think it's Uranus sitting in that second house of Taurus, shaking things up, shaking your values up, shaking your finances up, shaking up the way that you do things, the way that you think, and your return on investment. It has to match. But with that Venus sitting in that Taurus energy, you're supposed to be attracting, not chasing. So this is forcing you to attract, to look up, hmm, and trust me, people are going to be taking heed to what you're doing, and they're going to be listening to you. A lot of listening. People are listening. You have a platform, you have a voice, okay? So that's what's spreading like wildfire, your voice, your perspective, the words that you use, the stories that you tell, the way you use words, the way you put words together. Okay, you're a wordsmith. You're very talented at it. Gemini energy here with this page of swords. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I feel like that was a beautiful message. Whole first half of the message was completely channel. That was phenomenal, and I love y'all so much. Make sure that you tune in to Freestyle Fridays. I don't know what's going on with the audio. The devil has been busy. The devil has been busy. Make sure you put in your water on your altar. Make sure you are sending this ancestor money up. Make sure you staying prayed up. Make sure you calling on your archangels, Archangel Michael. Your ancestors also help protect you. Make sure you are staying up on your spiritual game, burning your ancestor money, doing your mirror magic, putting your phrases on your mirror. Make sure, because you got a lot of your investments are returning to you this week. Remember, they're returning. So make sure that you are doing your work, because the devil is mad and he's busy and he's using anybody he can to get to you. Okay? Anyway, I love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Drink your water, eat your vegetables, stay safe in these streets, and make sure you watch all my videos, subscribe, like, comment, share, 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 share. This is what my son say, share. Share my videos. If they resonate, share, 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 share. That is what we need. Okay. Anyway, I love y'all and I will see y'all on Friday. Bye.